Pierateer SJL, and welcome to my Pies for Every Meal challenge for British Pie Week. The basic idea of which I'm going to be eating pie for every meal, as you can probably work out, but with an added twist that I'm going to be trying to still eat a fairly balanced diet, try and get my 5 a day, and hopefully still eat healthily and attempt to prove that pies aren't the unhealthy option that they often claim to be. To be scientific about this, I really should take my weight before the challenge, so here goes. I haven't actually taken my weight for a while, so I'm a bit unsure about what that's going to be. Probably can't see that all that well on the camera, but that's about 10 stone 4. If I really do eat all the pies, am I going to look like I ate all the pies? So for my first meal on this challenge, what do I have here? It's a rhubarb pie from the Cooperative Bakery. It's specifically chosen because rhubarb in the baked form is supposed to be quite good for you. Plus I've added some more fruit on top. I've got banana, kiwi, melon, pineapple. I've got enough fruit there to count as 3 of my 5 a day. Plus I've got the fruit inside the rhubarb. That's 4 of my 5 a day. Here I've got a glass of orange juice, another one of my 5 a day. So I figure this meal counts as all of my 5 a day, and I'm only just starting the challenge for breakfast. Who can stay healthier than that? Well, you might say, yeah, SJL, there's a lot of fruit there, that's a lot of your 5 a day, but, well, it's just full of sugar. Like, that's well over the sugar you should be eating for one meal. And well, I'd say to that, that's actually just quite a good point. And now I'm adding some low or fat-free even yogurt on top of this. Actually, looking at this now, that looks like quite a lot to eat. I'm not sure I've really thought this through that well. Oh man, I'm not even halfway through this and already starting to feel a little bit on the full side. Whew, I may have got my 5 a day, but that didn't feel healthy. I think I might have to reevaluate my tactics for tomorrow. I'm just really keen to eat a whole pie and not just like a slice of pie or anything, and just otherwise it feels a bit like I'm not really completing the challenge. So myself and Pierateer RAS just had a bit of a hectic run to get the train. We're just heading into London to go to Mains, I'm not quite sure how you pronounce it, for a pie lunch with a couple of other interested parties in pie eating, including Dan Lynch, who's also attempting the pies for every meal. Look at this, Manzi celebrating British Pie Week as well. Excellent. I've got my pie here. Look at that, looks delicious. And this is the shop. Quite traditional with the wooden booths here. Oh, who's this? Just see his back, that's alright.
That's the good thing about it.
So Dan here is also trying to attempt the Pie for Every Meal challenge. So how are you finding it so far?
I like the way you say trying, because we already had 1 pie so far, so I quite like that.
It's a long way to go.
So far it's going good.
Yeah.
Here for the second pie of the day, the second one of the challenge.
Yeah.
So this morning I had a cherry pie, which was lovely, and now I'm going to have this. I've never actually had liquor before. So,
really? And you just found out that it's made with eel stock?
Yeah, just found out, and now I'm a bit kind of like... Oh,
it's good for you though, eel?
Yeah, I thought it was parsley sauce. So.
It is basically.
Yeah, no, it's going
But
good.
you're feeling hungry still? Yeah? You're not put off by the pies?
I'm not at the moment,
Okay. But then it is
only...
only...
see what happens on Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah.
And I'll get back to you later.
Yeah, well, we'll be following your challenge closely as well. So here's the evidence that I'm winning Pie for Every Meal challenge. Look at Dan's. He's avoided the really good liquor. But look at this. I'm just yumming it up. So I've got Matthew here, who is sometimes described as a food geographer, and we're in this traditional pie and mash shop. As you can see, it's got all the authentic features. So would you say, Matthew, that it's important to protect this kind of traditional pie and mash shop?
Yes, I think so. I mean, I would take the view that it's representative of the area. It's a link with the traditional lifestyle. And it's good to ensure that these kind of authentic products are maintained. I think it would be disappointing if, for example, a new development came and crushed the heritage that's here.
So do you think that the area these things are from affects the products that they make, such as the Melton Mowbray pork pie?
Well, I mean, in the case of Melton Mowbray, for example, the idea is that in the 19th century, for example, the history of it is that when people were out, I say people, the gentry were out fox hunting in the fields, they needed a portable snack, and in fact that was the meat in the pastry, and over time that became synonymous with the Melton Mowbray area because that's where there was particularly good quality hunting grounds. And then gradually over time that spread into the surrounding areas, and eventually with the advent of the railway system, Melton Mowbrays, they were exported to London, for example, and they became a nationwide delicacy. But I mean, I think it's important to acknowledge the fact that they did originate in a particular area.
So I'm just cycling across London to get to my next train as part of my Pie for Every Meal challenge. I think it's important to get a bit of exercise as well as eating all these pies. I'm trying to prove you can have a diet with a lot of pies in and still have a healthy, balanced lifestyle. So I'm not trying to do any excessive exercise, just a little bit to just to remain healthy, really. Just cycling just past Buckingham Palace at the moment. You can see the flags flying, the Queen is in. She goes absolutely mental for British Pie Week, she loves it. I believe she's a big fan of a steak and kidney pie, so I think there's probably already one of them cooking in the royal ovens for the royal dinner tonight. So hope you enjoy that, Mum. So part of the challenge is that I'm actually only trying to eat the meals that you see on the plates. I've committed that I'm not going to be snacking in between meals as part of this pie pledge to have a pie for every meal. So all the calories I eat is exactly what you see on the plate for each meal. So it's getting towards 6 o'clock now, and I'm still on my way back home. So I'm getting a bit peckish actually. So I'm back home now, and I'm very excited that for dinner I've got a crocodile leek and potato pie by the lovely people at Nice Pie. It's quite a big pie actually. I think it's really made for sharing, but I've committed that I'm going to only eat whole pies as part of my challenge, and as I really want to eat this one, I think I'm going to go for this one in a wild crocodile.
That's massive.
So it's a lot of pie, isn't it? I'm going to go for the whole thing like I did this morning, but I've limited what I'm having with it, so just 3 pieces of broccoli, but this is enough to count as one of my 5 a day, so that's at least got me up to 6, and there's leek in the pie as well, so let's see how this goes. Oh my word, this is actually a huge pie. I'm realising now I'm slicing it, but there you go, have a look at the cross section of the pie. It looks pretty good, and the outside of the pie as well, nice golden colour, nicely presented. It's got a nice sturdy structure to it, and yeah, the filling looks great. Let's have a look at a chunk of crocodile there. Looks delicious. That is really good. But the filling in this pie is lovely. The leek really adds a nice flavour, and the crocodile meat nice and tender. The pastry's good. It's got a nice doughiness to it, almost like a dumpling. Yeah, really good. Nice and thick, but hopefully not too thick, especially if someone's trying to eat a whole sharing sized pie to themselves. It might get a bit heavy by the end, I'll let you know. Had quite a lot of the crocodile pie now. I think this is a delicious pie, and the crocodile meat is lovely and flaky, adds a great texture, but I'm starting to struggle now. it's really quite a big pie. I can't fail on my first day of the challenge. Got to keep going. So I've finally finished the crocodile pie. Think today generally I've chosen pies that are a little bit too big. I'm feeling a bit too full. It's probably not going to help with my aim to not put on any weight during this challenge. So yeah, maybe tomorrow I'll go for something a bit easier to eat than that.